You just now entered in the room following him like a lost puppy. You were walking while looking down at your wedding gown, so you need to be careful. You bumped into him when he suddenly stopped walking. I'm so sorry, I wasn't looking there. You smiled, but soon your smile soon faded after his word, which broke your heart. Don't expect anything from me. This wedding is nothing to me rather than a forced marriage where my parents forced me, so please don't. We will be living in same mansion and in the same room so that even if mom and dad visit us, it doesn't create any problem. But we will live like a roommates more than husband and wife. No one can change my decision. Help yourself. I have some important meeting tomorrow and I am not pushing my work away from me for anyone except my parents. He said all the things with a straight face while looking at you coldly, who was on the verge of crying by what he said, and then he left from there. Your eyes finally gave up and let out the tear out of your eyes, and you sat on sofa thinking this is what you got on your wedding day, a heartbreaking message. After whatever he said, you didn't want to face him, but you were all tired after the tiring day of your wedding. You looked around to find a few maids peeking at you from distance with a pity face. You passed them a weak smile and somehow managed to go to your room, which was guided by the head maid. You came inside, but you didn't find him there. You sighed and took out a few comfortable clothes and left to washroom to get yourself changed and sleep as fast as possible. Time skipped to morning. You came down after being all ready to have your meal, but you were not able to find him anywhere. From last night you didn't saw him anywhere. Where is Thai? I didn't found him anywhere, maid said. He left for his office early in the morning before you woke up, ma'am. After seeing your face, maid understood that you felt bad. It was your first day and he left already. At least he could accompany you in having meal. Maid, don't think too much, ma'am. He was always like that. He would sleep in his study room for most nights while working late night and leave early for his meeting. She tried to comfort you, but after hearing your words, she understood you weren't convinced yet. No, he even got a new excuse to leave. Serve my breakfast. You were about to start your meal when your phone started ringing. You saw the name inside before answering. It was Mrs. Kim. You lied about his behavior as she really have a lot of high hopes from her ice cold son. You just didn't wanted any trouble, so you lied and then cut the call. I wonder the things would work and still how all this will strengthen and for how long. It was worse than you expected, as you both were not even like a roommates but more like a ghost, and the entire week you both rarely saw each other or talked to each other. You never thought this things will get this worse, and soon you also got busy in your studies as you are still a student in university, but you mostly study from home. In the meanwhile, you were close friends with the neighbors Lucy, who lived just in the house next to your mansion. You love spending time with her as she helps to kill your loneliness. Time skip after 1 month. It was Sunday and Thai was also in the house only. You were cutting fruits while watching a movie, whereas he was in room working on his laptop. You were all engrossed in your own thought as something weird was happening with your body. Your thought came to an end after you heard her voice. Hi, Ryan, can I come in? Lucy said. She asked as you smiled and welcomed her. Your husband must be here at mention only, right? You nodded but got shocked after she started yelling his name loud. You tried to stop her, but she pushed you, making you land on the sofa. Tai, come here. I have something really important to show you. Where are you? She kept on yelling until Tai finally came outside to see who it was. What is it, Lucy? Why are you creating trouble early in the morning, that too on weekend when people usually rest? He said, being all annoyed by her behavior. Oh, I am so sorry about that, but trust me, it is also very important, she said with a smirk and tried to pass him a paper when you said, No, please, no, I told you everything because I trusted you. You tried to snatch the paper, but she pushed you and gave the paper to Tai. He was confused seeing you this panics, confused you this panic state and was on the verge of breaking down. Your teary eyes met with her cunning eyes when she said, You shouldn't have trusted me. Tai said, What? How is this possible? He said in utter shock. Yes, it is true. Your mom thinks of her as pure innocent girl, right? But she's nothing but a... She was pregnant before marriage. She's 2 months pregnant and started showing pregnancy symptoms recently. Anyway, your symptoms usually show up after 1 or 2 months on average females. So she also started showing all that, aka your pretty wife. Why she was vomiting and feeling the urge to eat something sour and still didn't told you anything about after she found out she's pregnant. She gave the pregnancy test yesterday, so I came here to show you. You saw him glaring at you and his eyes turned dark. I really don't know how does this happen. Trust me that I didn't cheated on you. I didn't. Lacey said. You love him or his money? Enough. I can accept anything but not this. Pack her stuff. She's leaving, he said. Your heart sank after his words. You anyway can't accept anything from him as you both are newly married. Ryan. Trust me, I don't know how all this happened. Lucy. You go to university, right? God knows you really go there or... She said, making you immediately shook your head. I was standing, giving you a death glare. You saw the maids came back with your stuff packed. You felt being pulled by Tai from sofa and standing facing him. Maybe he might really kick you out. Why are you crying? We are having our baby. Finally. You got shocked at his words. Let's call mom and dad. Look, the maids have packed yours and my both stuff. I thought maybe this relationship will not work and we'll get divorced, but since our baby is coming, now we'll live with each other forever. She's pregnant before the marriage, Tai, Lucy said. I know her for past 5 months and we were anywhere kinda talking and meeting sometimes, didn't we? Lucy said. But you both never had any kinship. That's why Ryan was scared of a pregnancy report. The baby is not yours. Tai said. I think that day when Ryan got drunk in the party and we might have did, but she might have forgotten. It's fine, we got a reason to continue this relationship and not upset our parents. If she was not pregnant, then you will divorce her, Lucy said. Of course, I got married to her to get the CEO post from my father. I got that I was about to divorce her anyway, but not anymore. My baby is coming in this world, Lucy said. No, that divorce her and get married to me. Vine is not pregnant. The maids told me that she is having symptoms. How can it be wrong? I gave her drugs so that she gets pregnancy symptoms. She's not pregnant. How can she be pregnant when she's... Yesterday when doctor took the test, he told me immediately about her condition, but I changed the report. But now all this doesn't matter. Just divorce her as you said. She said with her hopes with hopes in her eyes. You were frozen at your spot, so daily she used to come and have coffee with you so that she can mix that thing in your coffee. You heard that officer, didn't you? I have here the confession of her that she tried to harm my wife by giving her those substance, he said loudly. You and Lucy got shocked after you both saw female police officer there. You're under arrest, officer said. How did you got to know? You said you hate her? He asked the men to give him something and he received the paper. You know what are these papers? These are the letter Ryan wrote for me to make me have meals on time, not as wife but as friend. She understood my pain that despite my talent, Dad refused to give me my CEO post, not until I got married. He wanted good for me. He saw me being too hard on myself, skipping meals and not giving my social life any time, and he met Ryan, whom he thought was best fit for me. Indeed she was. When I denied to this marriage and asked her to behave like a stranger, she accepted that and started this relationship like my friend. I came from office. I'll get a letter on living room asking me to have my soup before coming to sleep. In my study room daily a new note saying come and sleep in room, or I have kept some cookies in my left drawer. Eventually, when her presence and her letter became part of me, I didn't realize for the first time wrote love letter. Being CEO, I'm still not able to give time, but still she understood and gave me time. We are no more stranger as you thought, but yeah, I'm still her Goldie. I find these cute letters everywhere because she knows I usually keep my phone silent and my secretary took care of other things. But then I noticed a change in Ryan. There were no letters and her pale condition. She thought I didn't notice, but I did, everything about her. Later, the maids told me everything after I threatened them of getting fired. Yes, I was confused myself and I was shocked, but then I got her checked. Not because I don't trust her, but because her condition was not like normal pregnant women. Ryan's symptoms I saw with the video records by maid. She was only having symptoms too brutally. It was extreme, which made me more worried, so I got her checked. Her blood sample was taken when she slept, and I was informed late that her blood have traces of the substance which caused pregnancy symptoms. Then the first thing I did was to get security camera everywhere, and I caught you. Ryan was too stressed out that she didn't notice her symptoms are now gone from past 5 days because the spiked coffee was thrown by the maids and they knew how to act. As we know, you throw mud on her character, and I wanted to make you go silent at that time. Everyone should know how and what will they get after they try to insult Kim Taehyung's wife. Officers, please make sure that she don't get any bail and get longer punishment. My mom was right. You were never a good choice for a wife, and that's the reason she rejected you and denied to accept you as my wife. She was forcefully taken away by the police. His eyes shifted to you. You ran to him and hugged him tightly while crying on his chest like a baby. Thank you so much for trusting me. I was so scared what to do. It's okay, at least you got a lesson to not make anyone your friend and share your information to them rather than your husband. You hit him on his chest and said, I was scared, okay? Why will you trust me after all? We were newly married and no one will believe me and all the stuff. It's okay, we are fine now. You looked at the suitcase when he said, I got them packed because of the act and also because we are going. Your cheeks grew red listening to his word as he chuckled and pecked your forehead. I know I'm good at acting. I missed your letter and I thought you're angry, so as an apology, I wrote my first love letter. He handed you the letter. Your lips formed a pout. And I used to think you throw away all my letters.